energy and enabling your teammates more value. Let's move on to the next one, which should be trash. Not in the literal sense, but in the sense that the account name is trash. So let's get the code. This should be pretty fast. And then we'll do a couple more. So I said fast, and this last one was like 15 minutes. We are watching Trash, playing Ana. Defense. Climb to Masters is ball management. The Masters is basically the rank where you have to know how to do a little bit of everything. Otherwise, with Zarya, your Zarya is probably 3300. Your Sigma is probably at lower rank than that. But I would definitely say your Zarya is probably at 33, probably around there. Grab users could also use some improvement, yeah. But the too long don't read is mostly Masters is the rank where you have to be able to do everything okay, not just one thing good. So let's start with this one. First thing first, this is not a great position for Ana. You want to start here because of several reasons. The first one is this high ground is a lot more difficult to access, like the enemy team, unless they have cooldowns, unless they spend cooldowns to get here, they have to go all the way around to get the second. Whereas for this one, there's a stairs right here. The second one is you have a mega right here, so if you take spam damage, you can just go get the mega and come back, which is pretty fast, right? The third one is that your sideline is actually pretty good on this line because you have this cover you can use for this to shoot this way, and you have this cover you can use to shoot this way. So those are pretty much the reasons that this side is a lot better than this side. Hat? What do you mean hat? Oh. Hat. Yeah, I see what you mean by hat. Okay. Let's continue. So again, positioning not the best. You cannot break that one. That one is just aesthetics. Healing is fine. No need to use the nade so early. Like, I know he looks like it's slow, but he's a Roadhog. He'll be fine. Let's put his temperatures as a DPS. I would not want to be Ana. Yeah. Like, the only people I think can hold themselves on this one are basically Hanzo and Soldier mostly. Because they both have ways to get out and get back up, or Soldier has self-sustainability. So I think Hanzo and Soldier can hold this high ground. But I don't think most DPS would want to be on this angle, unless you have a Sigma in front of you. Also, yeah, from here you cannot see people here, which is why your Sigma basically died. That's your fault. And this rotation is pretty bad. You're basically going in front of the enemy team. That's a straight sleep though. We get healed anyway. Yeah, on this point, basically I don't want to say you threw, but you definitely got killed and got your Sigma killed because of bad positioning. If you had just started here. First thing first, you can keep your Sigma alive, right? Then you don't have to make a weird rotation to get to your team. And third reason, there's not even a reason for you to make a rotation. So just start on a better positioning and you probably would have won that fight. I don't want to say you threw, but you definitely could have won that. Also, this point is lost. We shouldn't be contesting it. You've hit both sleeps though. With it was predictable there. For defending second, you are taking the high ground. Yep, this is a really good support spot. Again, I'm gonna explain this. I think this is what will help you the most. The 3 things I want to look for when I'm positioning as a support. First is a sideline. I want to make sure that I can see my team, I can heal my team, and that I will not just get fucked on the sideline as well. So getting a sideline where you can see your team is really important. Secondly is usually high ground. but I will say cover. You want to have as much cover as possible from the enemy team so that they just don't blow your head off. And this spot is really good for that, right? You have a good sideline, both on main and on the right if you need to. You have cover here, you have cover on this angle if you want to shoot on this sideline. Also, high ground usually counts as cover because you can take a step back and the enemy can't shoot you anymore. Like, for example, if I go to explain this spot over here, it has good sidelines on both entrances, right? It has cover, and if the enemy team just goes on the point, you can always just do this and they no longer see you. This is why high ground is really good. It's just basically free cover. You just take a step back and you have cover from everything. Unless they can just jump on you or something, you are safe. And the third thing is a safe path away, so a safe retreat. What does that mean? You want to make sure that if you're going to drop something, like this is really good explanation when you did this, you want to be sure that if you're going to drop somewhere, if you're going to get away from the spot, you have a safe way to get away. On this case, your safe retreat is if you're playing on this high ground, you can just go inside and get the mega. You can retreat all the way here if you want to. If you want to drop, you can also drop here, right? And go get the mega. So this position has a lot of safe retreats. This one doesn't have really any safe retreats. Like going inside is really dangerous because this is where the enemy can come from. Dropping on point, well, it's point and it's very open. You can take a lot of damage. Dropping here is the safest, like dropping behind this column. But again, you're basically far away from your team most of the time, so it's not really good. The same goes for this spot. From this spot, you have a lot of safe retreats. You can drop on point, which is not good, but if your team is holding here, you can still drop on point and maybe get here, or just drop here and get here. So this is not great, but it's fine. You can drop behind and get the mini. You can drop behind this way and be a lot safer as well. So that's the three things I want to look for when I'm playing a support. Or rather, the three things I would be looking for if I were playing seriously. Because I think Avshi is in the chat and they will call me out on my frontline Senyata. But that's just for fun, okay? But yeah, it's sideline to make sure that these are in order of importance because you really want to make sure that you can see your team and heal them. That's the most important. Then the second one is cover or high ground to make sure that you don't die, right? High ground. And the third one is our safe retreat. In case you get pressured, you get even. So that's what I would usually, that's the biggest advice I can give you. Even though it's only been a couple minutes, that is how and why this is a good position rather than, yeah, you just stand here. Like, what's this Susie gonna do to you? She's got to make the full rotation to even get to the high ground, and you've got a lot of support. Your Bastion's not looking at you. That Tracer is running into every single wall, man. Good kill. That's not a great Tracer, I'll be honest. But good kill. As for how you can use Nano, yeah, that Tracer was just running into the walls. As for how you can use Nano, just pick someone in your team and give it to them. Like right now, I'll be like, who do I want to use Nano on? Junkrat is a good target if they go for aggressively. Zarya is good if she has high charge. Other than that, if you want to save ball, if you want to save someone, you can nano them. Bastion is also fine, but he's not good because he already outputs a lot of damage, so he doesn't really need the help doing more damage. He already does basically as much damage as he can do on an angle. Unlike this, you nano Junkrat to keep him alive, and he can do a lot of damage because he's basically, yeah, in the middle of the enemy team, so that's solid. Again, really good sideline, really good angle, this is fine. Attempt the sleep, it's the right idea, we didn't get it, but it's the right idea for sure. I love this, you are basically poking to heal and coming back into safety, so that's actually really good. You are looking for Tracer, you are doing a lot better on this point. I don't think you needed that grenade, like Junkrat was safe, but you're probably not gonna need it for a couple seconds. You're still looking for Tracer. Now you find her. You miss the sleep, you hit the anti, she runs away. I don't think they need to worry about Tracer, lol. Maybe she had to put a hand off the keyboard, okay? Maybe she was playing with mouse only. It's mouse only challenge for Tracer. Your Bastion went off to look for Tracer, which is kinda silly. Okay. Good kill. Putting W on mouse button for. Well, good kill. I was gonna say, you want to make sure you have a silent on your team. So on this point, I would have gone maybe here to try to get as much of an angle as I can on my team. Because they're going very aggressive. Or even you can just drop and move forward if you want to. Your team seems to have it. And you Bastion instead, so don't worry about that. Yeah, you drop and you go forward. This is fine. Because again, you need... The most important thing is a silent on your team. So if you have to sacrifice something else, you usually do. You want to make sure you are getting value by killing your team, right? Good sleep. Your sleeps have been pretty on point, by the way. Short on the nade. Remember, you don't need to use this to heal, unless someone is literally about to die. You can save it to go aggressive. So, sleep's good, nade's not good. Positioning, bad on first point, good on second, but I think the reason your positioning is good... Want to throw in choke to heal block someone? I know why you wanted to throw, but again, I don't think you need it. Your position on second is good, but I think your positioning on second is good because you just know this is a good spot. You are not like thinking about it. So I'm hoping that explaining why it's a good spot will help you choose better spots in the future. Missed 3 shots from the Mercy, that's not great. She definitely needed the health. Good anti, that brick should die. Yeah, anti is definitely a lot more useful as an offensive tool. Unless someone is gonna die. If you don't anti, save you the grenade for offensive purposes. Yeah, now you know why. The idea is, now you can choose your own spots in the future. It doesn't have to be that one. We rotate back to the high ground. We don't rotate back to the high ground. So again, if you're not gonna rotate to the high ground, at the very least take cover. Because again, cover is the second thing you want to look for. So I will be trying to take cover somewhere, rather just staying on the point. If you are not gonna get back to the good point, just try to look for cover. You see the Tracer. We nade the Bastion again. I don't think you needed that nade. So yeah, for example, the Brothog, if he's in the other side and you can nade him, he's probably gonna die. Mr. Sleep, it's fine. Again, it's very difficult to hit that sleep. You nano the Bastion. The rock actually saves you from the pulse bomb, which is pretty nice. I think nano the Bastion is fine to keep him alive. Of course, he's not an ideal target, but keeping someone in your team alive is more important than ideal target. Yeah, that rock saved you from the pulse bomb. Good melee kill. Don't teabag that, just get back to point. I get it, you are good. You are dominating this trash Tracer. Go back to point immediately, your team needs you. You try to sleep, you miss the sleep, which is unlucky. We grab. Nade would be so good now. Sleep would also be so good now. Cards are just like, please. We try to sleep. Is this a loss? Not yet. Oh, I opened the wrong thing by mistake. How is this not a loss here? Who clutches here? I guess people just don't know how to kill a ball. That's how we clutch. No one kills the ball ever, is the answer. Good heal, good heal. You nade here. That's fine. We missed the sleep. It's difficult sleep to hit. It's fine. Tracer is not great. Don't take the tool with the Tracer, just kill your team. Yeah, this is fine. Don't worry, don't over worry about the Tracer. Now we have a great nano target in Rhine as well. Healing is fine, healing is fine. One more fight. I hate watching this. That Tracer makes me feel worried that I'm not bad on the hero. Oh, on Tracer, I mean. No, don't worry, Lexa. I have not seen you play Tracer, ever. I can guarantee you are not this bad. I can guarantee it. Wasted nade, it's not that. Sleep there. I tend to say sleeps are usually based on high percentage or high value. So if you see a Brothok, for example, Brothok is very easy to sleep. If you see a Blading Genji, he's hard to sleep, but if you sleep him, you will win the fight. So those are usually the targets you want to go for, either easy to hit or very big value. You can do a VOD finisher game, Tracer Cree, True Trick over here. I don't know, man. I watched you play Widow the other day when you guys sadly lost. Even though you should have won, you lost. But you were popping off on that Widow. You and Sina were carrying your team, like hard carrying your team. Hi Noon, careful. We fuck up the sleep, but it's fine. Here you just want to nano the Rhine. Yeah, nano, just nano him. Just nano the Rhine. Nope, nano the Rhine. I must submit one trick. The reason I'm telling you to nano the Rhine is because they are basically forced to go into point. Like, they have to come forward, and Rhine can just chase them. We have 2 overtanks available for the game. Yeah, I noticed that you guys were playing basically with half of a team. But even then, you could have won. Like, you had a very big chance of winning. Good sleep, good anti, he's dead. We just dodged at pulse from. Ah, but it's a one fight. Nice. So yeah, overall, think about your sleeps a little bit. Your sleeps have been pretty solid, but don't just waste them randomly. Your nades, definitely use them more aggressively, and think about your position. But overall, pretty good. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Let's go for a couple of the... Let's go for Karsus. Let's go for Karsus. Now watching. Karsu. And up next, unknown user, so let's put KOA for now. Speaking of King's Rose, oh, is this one also King's? Actually, I need to take a break, I don't have any water left. I'll be back in 2 minutes! Alright chat, I am back. That was just a little bit faster than I thought. Let's continue. Oh, Kasu is a DPS player, I believe. I would expect him to be playing